Welcome live to Queensway in London, England, where tonight we got a great one in store. It is the preseason. It's Florida taking on London. Joining me in the booth once again, as always, is Dan Mitchell. Dan, we're done with the draft now. Now we're moving into actual real football. What do you expect from today's game?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jeff. It's a real exciting time down here in the SFL. You know, we got scrims going on. Everyone's getting ready for the regular season. And I'm expecting an interesting little practice match in between the Knights and the Jacksonville Kings right here. Hopefully they put up some good air game with between Christian Christensen and Angus McLean. Both have high ratings and have a good background in football, so it should be something interesting.
Oh man, you might be on another part of the field because I'm seeing the Florida Storm out here, Dan. So we have to get that one.
I'm looking at the wrong roster. I ain't gonna lie right now. Sometimes that happens when I have something wrong hooked up. I was 50 for 50.
Oh man, luckily it's just the preseason, but we are getting ready to get this one kicked off as the London Knights and the kicker JT Delaney will get this one teed off, and we'll get this scrimmage underway for you guys. As back to return the kickoff is Jeff Como. He's been with the Florida Storm for a couple seasons now. He knows what he's doing back there with the football. As the game is underway, this scrimmage is live, and Como is bringing it out from his own end zone up to the 24-yard line, and that is where we will see Ron Cochran. We all know what he can do, the gunslinger for the Florida Storm. The new starting lineup for the Florida Storms that follows the running back, J.W. Doyle, who's moved over for fullback. The receiving core, Optimus Prime, Stephen Bush, Jeff Como, E.J. Minson moved over from tight end. The new rookie tight end, Verdon Zarkov, the tackle of Cloud Luge, and the center, Deontay Stoneville, will get this one going. And the handoff to Doyle up the left side, and he's going to pick up a gain of 2 on the play. As we take a look at the London Knights starters on defense, the defensive line, Joe Duncan, Eric Surratt, William Davidson, Zach Turner, linebacker core, Tallymac Scarborough, Jeff Gagne, secondary, Tanner Hendricks, Brandon Ewing, Devin Say, Marcus Reed, and Jack Russell. A couple of new faces on the London Knights defense, as well as the handoff here to Doyle, trying to go up the middle, but he's going to be hit and tackled by none other than William Davidson.
Yeah, straight gut punch down the middle, but the line collapses way too early for it to work out, so he gets brought down right behind the line. There's nothing you can really do there.
3 down linemen now for the London Knights, as Cochran will go in the shotgun formation with trips to the top of the screen. He takes the shotgun snap, the gunslinger lefty throwing it deep downfield. What a one-handed snag by Stephen Bush, and he is headed down the sidelines, but he is being chased from behind, and he will be tackled. But not before he picks up a huge gain and having to play strong safety for that one is Jack Russell having to come over and make the touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah, Stephen Bush coming right out to the long side, bottom of your screen, going out far for just a straight run, and it worked out for him. Just, it's a great throw by Ron Cochran.
What a huge gain for Cochran and Stephen Bush for the Florida Storm, and they are marching down the field here, and that was on 3rd down nonetheless. And here it's thrown underneath. The pass will be caught by Como, but he's going to be hit and stopped for a short gain of 3.
I mean, you got a huge pass like that, sometimes you got to give it up. 3 yards is nothing to complain about. Definitely, making progress right there. It's another 2nd and 7, setting back up.
second down and 7 here for Ron Cochran, who's got the split back in the shotgun formation behind him as he's barking out signals. And he will hand it off to Doyle, who's going to try to go up the middle. He'll pick up a short gain, but it'll give you 3rd and 6 when the next play gets going.
Yeah, Doyle's trying to stretch it out a bit. He only gives him up to the 3rd and 6, so that's an extra yard right there. I got to work off 6 yards now on 3rd down. Not a place you want to be. Probably expecting maybe a quick slant or an out route if they want to go with a bit of a risky move.
Called in that big catch a moment ago, but here it's going to fall incomplete, and they'll have to settle for a field goal from Ethan Sneed.
Yeah, it looked like it just went a little bit off target there. Ron Cochran maybe, just warming up for the preseason a bit. Just wasn't on target, and now they have to settle for a chip shot. Hopefully they get 3. Let's see if they can put it in.
This one should be nothing for the kicker, Ethan Sneed, who's coming into his 2nd season with the Florida Storm. And there's the snap. The kick is on the way. It's through the uprights and good from 30 yards out. And so we have our first points of the ball game. It's probably not what the Florida Storm expected on their first drive after the huge catch from Stephen Bush. But here, at least they pick up some points, and it's 3-0 here early.
Yeah, I'd be real deflated if I was Stephen Bush right now. You had this great catch for a decent chunk of yards to keep running for, and all they end up is 3. That's a little disappointing. But let's see what London can do when they return the ball.
And back to return for the London Knights is Dustin Zeck. And here he is on his first kick return in his SFL career, and he will bring it out all the way to the 24-yard line. And we will see Angus McLean in his 2nd season for the London Knights. And the new running back coming over actually from Florida is Robert Merrill, the fullback Iggy Swift. He's a rookie. The receiving corps, Dustin Zeck, Fox Highwind, Ben Kalia. The only returning starter is Kalia. The tight ends are all new in Benji Matson and Dayton Rhodes, and we'll see what London can do here. And McLean will hand it off, and going up the middle with it is the running back Robert Merrill, and he's going to be hit and tackled on the play by Raymond Jones III. The starting lineup for the Florida Storm on defense. You got big, sexy Alex Dominguez up front, along with Raymond Jones III and Ales Tamaleo on the defensive line. The linebacking corps of Eric Hammer, Roland Parrott. Secondary, Evan Carroll, Ryan Davidson, Adam Jones, Ryan Tobin, and Andrew Francis. As McLean will go under center here with the split backs, and he drops back. He's going to take a shot downfield, but there it is, and it is going to be intercepted on the play by the Florida Storm, and going back the other way with it, inside the 20, inside the 10, pushed out at the 10-yard line. And look at that, 2 plays, and Florida with the turnover. That is Ryan Davidson.
Yeah, that was just an absolutely beautiful route read right there. He got right in front of him after the ball was thrown, and from there he had no one on the line covering. So he just had all the space in the world to run. Now they're at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, inside the red zone, Ron Cochran set up in beautiful real estate here for points. Taking a shot to the end zone, but it's going to be broken up. And it looked like Tanner Hendricks was in coverage with that one, looking for the interception, but it falls through the hands and incomplete.
Yeah, Rod Cochran looking, once again, end zone off target a bit. He probably have a bit more chances if they go for another air ball to the end zone, but that was just a little odd. I guess still, once again, preseason. See if they, try to run it in a bit this time with Doyle.
Yeah, they do have Doyle back there now in a running back position, not in a fullback. So more options for Doyle to get the rock and punch it down the middle here. As Ron Cochran in the shotgun formation takes the snap, he's going to fire this one underneath. Pass is going to be caught, and it's inside the 1-yard line. What a completion for Ron Cochran. That's something we've come to know and expect from him as he finds Optimus Prime, and that's his first catch of the game.
Yeah, right there, Klein with a beautiful catch. Kind of just in double coverage, jumping up a bit for it, coming down. Too bad it came down at the ones. Now they got to see if they can just punch it in.
Cochran will go under center. He's going to roll out here, and he's lefty, throwing it off the run to the back of the end zone, but it's going to fall incomplete, it looks like, as he was looking for the tight end in the back of the end zone. That was a great design play, I guess, from Florida, if you could say it was, but it's still going to be 4th and goal. They have to settle for another field goal from Sneed.
Yeah, Cochran having to roll out of the pocket, and then he turned around going for the throw. It almost was a great starting play with some beautiful movement, but the throw a bit too far, receiver a bit just out. That's enough to make him have to try and kick again for another 3.
I know that Coach Max Paul is going to he's probably going to take this with a grain of salt. He knows what he's got going for him in the regular season, but here you got to just try to shake off the rust a little bit of Snead. He's looking in perfect season form as he kicks it through the uprights and good, and it's early 6-0 here. The Storm on top of the Knights.
Yeah, early starting lead. Now let's see if London can respond. You know, they've been good stops at the red zone both times, keeping them to 6 right now. See if they can get good offensive startup.
And Zach will field it at the 1-yard line. That's where he's going to field it from. And Cohen trying to get it out wide. He breaks out the tackle. Look at the strong breaking tackles for Dustin Zach. And he brings it out to the 25-yard line. So the rookie's looking mighty strong here early going.
Yeah, they're starting out strong. London, they have plenty of options. I definitely want to see Merrill run it a bit more, see if he can spread his legs a bit. I think he can get a good punch through and get at least one breakaway coming up.
Going up against his former team, the Florida Storm, Merrill going back to the halfback position as McLean will drop back. He's going to fire it to Merrill out of the backfield, and he's going to be hit and stopped for a loss on the play of 2. What a play from the Florida Storm defense, reading that play beautifully.
Yeah, they were ready for the check out. They were already collapsing in on Merrill. If Merrill's breaking away, it wasn't going to be that play. Now it's 2nd and 12, a bit harder. This time they may go out for a pass. You know, they have people like Dustin Sex and Fox Tywin out there and ready.
Roland Parrott with the tackle for loss of 2, and here McLean in the shotgun empty set formation. He takes the snap, pressure in his face. He's throwing it across the middle. He got the receiver, and it is going to be enough for the first down. Vin Kalia with his first reception on the day goes for 12, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, for being a play where they had an extra 2 yards they had to go to get the first down, that was a perfectly spaced throw and play development, just right behind the first down marker, and then ran right into it, picking up a first down. Beautiful structured play right there.
McLean will now, from the shotgun, he'll go under center on this one, and he's going to hand it to Merrill, trying to go up the middle. It makes a nice stutter step. He is loose. Look at that breakaway speed. Does he have enough? He breaks out of a tackle. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. And chasing him from behind, and not going to happen. That's Evan Carroll, and Merrill does it to his former team. Runs all the way into the end zone, and here London trying to go up early. It's 6-6 tie pending the extra point. London will have the lead.
Jeff, I said it was going to happen. I just said it maybe 2 plays ago. Merrill was going to have a breakaway, and there it was. Beautiful run by him, and he had great blocks. Definitely at the end there. Block just really stopping everything, and he took the last contact freely, just getting into the end zone. And pending the extra point, they'll be up by 1. So great overall drive by London.
Yeah, he was being chased from behind by Eric Hammer, and along with Evan Carroll, who tried to make the last-ditch attempt, but he just couldn't. He forced Merrill to the sidelines, but after that, Merrill had the speed on him, and Delaney does kick it through the extra point through. So London is on top, 7-6. But man, what a drive from London after throwing the interception. Angus McLean having a solid second possession here, and Merrill with the work, getting it all the way in for the touchdown and getting them the lead. Delaney kicking it off as Como will field it 2 yards deep in his end zone. He is going to bring it out because why not? And trying to get something going, but he's going to be stopped at the 21-yard line.
He attempts to bring it out. You know, they get 21. Oh, looks like we have an injury on the field. Linebacker Ryan Millens. He's down right now. See what London does. We'll probably get a report back in a few plays.
Yeah, we're trying to take a look to see where exactly the injury occurred. And when you're trying to make the tackle,
looks like a bad angle, maybe.
Yeah, maybe something with his foot or leg. Maybe he tweaked his ankle a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. As soon as we hear something, we'll get it to you guys. As you take a look at Marquise Reed, the strong free safety for the London Knights. And Ron Cochran will go in the shotgun formation, and he's going to hand it off to Doyle, trying to go up the middle. He'll pick up a gain of 2 on the play, get up to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, they give him 2 off of just forward progression right there. You see number 55, Surratt, really came in, brought him down nicely. It's a real good job by this Lund defense to break through and just stop Doyle where he stands. But just as Merrill did, I'm expecting Doyle to have at least 1 breakthrough. Maybe not for as long, but definitely at least 1.
Yeah, Merrill, you guys saw a look at the graphic, 64 yards, but that was helped by his last run that went all the way for a touchdown, as Doyle will get carried again, and he is going to be hit and dropped in the backfield yet again. And who else but Joe Duncan coming in off the line? It looked like he came in untouched.
Yeah, I don't think I want to see a replay, see if he had contact even at the line. That man busted through and had no resistance. Path of least resistance right there has just brought Doyle down.
And now Cochran on 3rd down and 12 going empty set here. Trips to the bottom of the screen, and you got 2 receivers to the top. As Cochran taking a shot deep, and it is going to be off the hands and incomplete. He had the receiver out there, and it falls harmlessly to the turf. The hit was made by Brandon Ewing, and it's going to have to be a punt for Marcus Agrippa for the Florida Storm.
Yeah, Ewing waiting for that exact moment where the receiver had his hands on the ball so he could hit cleanly and didn't have to worry about any pass interference. That's a real pro move right there, and forcing Florida to get down at 4th and 12 all the way back in the backfield.
And here we'll see the only team that has a contract or has a player as a punter, and this is Marcus Agrippa. He can change the field position in a hurry, and look at that booming punt, the hang time of 4.6, and the coverage unit gets down there and gets the tackle. And just like that, what a flip of field position. London will start at their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, if it wasn't me watching this game right now, I wouldn't believe you that he was punting all the way back there from his old 15-yard line all the way to the London's 34. That's a massive boot right there.
And the hang time on top of that, 4.6, and the coverage unit was just waiting for the returner, Zach, to field it in. And here McLean will go in the shotgun formation, and he'll throw it across the middle of the field. And that one is going to be caught yet again by Kalia. So that is his 2nd reception of the game, and this one, another one for a 1st down.
Yeah, same route too. That was just a beautiful little dot by McLean right down there before they were down 2 yards, so it was right before it. But when they're running the play on a normal 1st down, he's right past the 1st down marker. When McLean threads it, it's an easy 1st pick.
Now up to their own 46-yard line. McLean dropping back from under center. Pressure was coming off the edge and almost intercepted on the play by the rookie linebacker. That is Eric Hammer, but it falls incomplete as McLean trying to get a little too risky with that throw.
Yeah, Eric Hammer, well known for his minor league debut. They were doing a great job throughout the entire minor league. And now he's coming over to Florida, and it looks like he's trying to keep up his name and do what he do.
So from there on 46, 2nd down and 10, McLean in the shotgun formation, empty set yet again. Pocket was collapsing, and he's just got to chuck this one underneath really quickly, and that is going to be caught by the fullback, Iggy Swift, with his 1st reception.
Yeah, he saw the option open and available. Nothing else really for him. At least he picks up some yards instead of getting sacked in the backfield or even having to throw it away. So when you have no good options, that was the best option.
And McLean under center on this 3rd down and 7, bunched to the top of the formation. Merrill in the backfield. McLean taking a shot deep. He's got a receiver wide open, and he's going to be caught. And having to make the tackle is Andrew Francis, but not before the new tight end, Dayton Rhodes, with his 1st reception here. And this is going to be a new tight end core for the London Knights. Benji Matson, the 1st-round pick, and Dayton Rhodes. And Dayton Rhodes with his 1st grab.
Yeah, a little bit of tight end fly. Couldn't get any speed out there, but he's a big man, so he managed to catch it and pick up some massive yardage.
And McLean here, empty set, firing it out to the right side. Pass is going to be caught for a pickup of 4 on the play, and that's Robert Merrill coming out.
Yeah, Merrill doing a little bit of an out route for himself on London, picking up a nice, easy 4. They're now at Florida's 8, deep into the red zone. See what they do. They may hand it off to him now as they've got some room to work, but also got to punch it in at least 3.
Both teams coming in with rookie tight ends, and we all know tight ends because Dan Mitchell is one for Vancouver, so he knows a little something about tight end play. And here up the middle is going to be Robert Merrill. He's going to be hit and dropped for a loss of 2 on the play. Eric Hammer was in there.
Hammer trying to make a name for himself once again. I'd definitely be watching him all season. He's going to be a scary, scary defender on the Florida Storm.
He's going to be taking the spot that was vacated by Warner, who left to go to St. Louis. And Eric Hammer looking to fit in perfectly, and he will. Oh, and they got the line to jump. Free play, and it's going to be intercepted, but it's going to come back as the defensive line for the Florida Storm got a little too carried away there.
Yeah, McLean took full advantage of that. It may have ended up in an interception. That doesn't matter anyway. But, he saw it was a risky play, but it would have ended in a touchdown. So he took the risk. It was a good decision in the moment. Instead, they'll accept the penalty, and they get the ball right back.
They called Dominguez for getting in there a little too early. That is shocking. Normally, you don't see Big Sexy making some plays like that, but here this one costs them and gives London a free 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 from the Florida 4-yard line. McLean shotgun empty set formation as he takes the snap, and he is going to be hit and dropped. Oh my God, he had no time to get that one away, and the Florida Storm come up big here in the red zone as Dominguez makes up for his penalty and comes off the line. He shot through the line.
Yeah, he put him right back to the 8. They moved up, and they got put right back. Big Sexy fixes things he messes up real quick, and instead they got to go for a 3 from their 15.
This one should be a trip shot for JT Delaney, the kicker for the London Knights, and it's through the air and good. And the London Knights extend their lead out a little bit further here. It's now 10-6. The London Knights on top of the Florida Storm.
Yeah, not a comfortable lead right there. 4 points isn't really where you want to be in the game. First quarter, though, still plenty of time left in this ball game. Plus, it does extend them past a field goal, so tiny bit of wiggle room. But now Florida's got to get it right back and see if they can answer with another big play of their own.
A minute 38 left to go in the first quarter. Delaney will boot this one away to Como. He's going to field it 1 yard deep in the end zone, and he's going to bring it out past the 20 to the 24. And here we'll see Ron Cochran. So we've seen a couple of drives here from each team. I know both coaching staffs don't really want to give a lot away here in the scrimmages, but just what would you like to see, going forward for the Florida Storm on this drive?
They already had a nice breakaway with Doyle. I want to see them just incorporate Doyle. Definitely in a scrimmage potential. Can't really hide what your running back's going to do throughout the season. So unless they got some crazy plays, Doyle, I think, will be their main contender.
Look at this. This is a Cochran run up the middle, and the London Knights were ready for that one. As Cochran will get back. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as Eric Surratt with another tackle.
Yeah, it was a real lackadaisical run right there by Ron Cochran. It doesn't even have any, urgency to it. Kind of just walked up to the line of scrimmage just to get tackled. Kind of solid play, to say the least.
We've seen that a lot in the minor league. And a little toss-out play here to Doyle. And look at that. He's got blocking, and he's trucking his way to a first down and passed it up to the 38-yard line now.
Yeah, a little pitch right there. A really quick trap pinch from Cochran to Doyle with a great screen block in there. That's not a play you normally see out there. This could be things, Florida is trying to try out new things. It's kind of just to throw extraneous plays into the playbook as well during the scrim period, but maybe to see if they see something they like, they incorporate it.
That was a nice designed run play, and the blocking out wide from the receivers helped that one. As Doyle with another carry, and it looks like he's starting to get his legs churning just a little bit more. He will pick up 6 yards on the play. As we take a look, Ryan Millens, as he ruptured something. He's out.
His Achilles.
Yeah. Whoa, boy.
That's rough. But our medical staff is the best in the world. He'll be back. Maybe not next week because there's no scrimmage, but by the preseason officially starts, he'll be back.
He'll be back by week 1, ready to go. Under 15 seconds here. Pressure off the edge. Cochran throwing it deep into triple, quadruple coverage, and it falls incomplete. Looking for Como. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, I think it turned into quintuple coverage by the end right there. And it was just a hacky sack game in the making. Surprised no red jerseys walked up with it. But Florida gets lucky, and now they're 3rd and 4 on their own 44.
Here we go. 3rd down and 4. What will they do here? Cochran shotgun formation. Still in their own side of the territory. And Cochran throwing it quick. That's the slant routes we've all come to expect in the SFL. And that one was completed. And that will be enough to move the chains and get the ball inside the London Knights territory. And with that, we have come to the end of the first quarter of coverage. And as you take a look at Liam Crowder on the sidelines, he is up 10-6 here early in the first quarter. And we'll be back with the second quarter right after this. As the teams flip fields here, the Florida Storm will be going from right to left now. As Cochran, 1st down and 10 inside London Knights territory at the 43, will take the shotgun snap. Quick drop back. He moves to step up in the pocket, throwing a deep pass is caught by Como, and he is going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. What a throw from Cochran, threading the needle, and with that, Como making the play and taking it to the house.
Yeah, once again, Cochran finding a beautiful opening and just a real dot right there to Como. It was a pretty quickly developing play. Como got out there quick. Cochran recognized that, had him wide open for the nice throw. Gets out there, gets a few extra yards, and picks up the touchdown. 13-10 pending the extra point. That was an early and quick response by Florida, and it's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, one play into the second quarter, and the Florida Storm take the lead 13-10. So they are 3 points up on the Knights, and maybe with that stop in the red zone, with that sack by Dominguez to make up for it, maybe turn the tide a little bit to get some of the momentum back to the Storm here.
Oh yeah, that was a real nice play. I mean, if you make a mistake, might as well make up for it. And now, I mean, London, if they can respond quickly, we could have a real offensive shootout on our hands.
The kick is away from Ethan Sneed, and it's going to be fielded by Zach at the 5-yard line. And he will bring it out past the 25-yard line. He'll be stopped at the 25-yard line to be exact. So we will see Angus McLean for his first possession of the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 10 seconds into the second quarter, Jeff. It isn't like we got very far into it. But, you know, that means there's plenty of times before halftime hits for Angus McLean and the London Knights to do something with this ball.
We'll see what they decide to do. They will start in the bunch formation. McLean under center. Short drop back here, looking for something across the middle. He will have it in Kalia, who's been the safety blanket for him. As you take a look at the quarterback stats, 77 passing yards for McLean, 123 for Ron Cochran, respectively.
Yeah, and most of that, Ron Cochran's gotten off, you know, 2 huge just throws. Hasn't been very consistent with his throws right now, though he has some real nice dots. McLean's been very consistent, but hasn't had anything real far.
3rd down and 3 from their own 32-yard line. McLean under center. Merrill in the backfield. That is going to be a draw play, but the defensive line was ready for it. As Chris Paul, the strong safety, was injured, and he's going to be out with a dislocated elbow for 7 weeks. But, man, what a play from the defensive line coming up and making the play for Robert Merrill on that design drop play.
Yeah, it's easy to catch the defense off guard when you go off the corner like that, and they didn't fall for it at all. Stopped them at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 4 here, still from their own 32-yard line. McLean will hand it off again to Merrill, who's got enough for the first down. Nice spin move. He is loose at the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He will not be caught. He is into the end zone again. Robert Merrill, ladies and gentlemen, having a game against his old team, the Storm.
Yeah, not just one, but make it 2 breakaways now that he's had both ending in touchdowns. Beautiful play right there by Merrill. He found the spin, and then from there, he was just gone afterburners on, and nothing could touch him. Now it could be possibly 17-13 pending the extra point, and London takes the lead right back.
Man, I was talking about maybe Florida having the momentum after making the stop in the red zone, and all of a sudden they just stick it to me with a Robert Merrill long touchdown run yet again. As soon as he hit the spin button, it was all she wrote, and he took it right into the end zone. He was being chased again from behind by Evan Carroll, who just couldn't have the speed to close in and make the grab. And the extra point from Delaney is through the uprights and good, so it is a 4-point game, 17-13. And man, I don't know if you're Robert Merrill, if maybe you want to slow it down a little bit. I don't know if you really want to show everything that you have, but he is having a really, really good day here against his former team. And here goes Como on the return, and he will bring it past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So it looks like that just Florida, they are not getting the same starting field position that London is getting on the opposite side.
Yeah, it's just they can't get as far with that kick return right now. Starting at the 22. I mean, Cochran definitely has the arm. We've seen him throw it a few times, and he's gotten the distance, and that's really what's making up for them in points.
10:33 left to go in the second quarter. Cochran will start off with the shotgun formation. He takes the shotgun snap, moving up in the pocket, just has to throw this one on the run. He throws it to Doyle. I don't know how he found him, but he did, but he's going to go for no gain.
Yeah, he found him a little bit too late, though, as Doyle was already headed out of bounds, and that leads to an incomplete pass. They're now 2nd and 10 on their own 23. See if Cochran can make something out of this, or if they want to go with a Doyle handoff.
2nd down and 10 for Ron Cochran and the Storm. Trips to the bottom of the formation. He will go under center after barking out his signals. It's going to be a toss play, trying to go to the opposite side, and the defender didn't know what was going on, as Doyle will take that for positive yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, that time was a great development right there. It really threw the line off. They didn't know where their target was, and then Doyle just made great yardage up to 3rd and 5. Now we got to see what Ron Cochran decides to do. Maybe a quick slant play down the middle to make up this 1st down.
From their own 28, they're going to try to run Doyle, who goes north and south finally after going east and west, and he will only pick up 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
Yeah, I mean, when you're 3rd and 5, you got to have a lot of trust in your running back. Pick up that 5 yards for the 1st down. And while I would trust Doyle, that's just a hard thing for any running back to do. And you're just putting massive pressure on them. I think a quick pass could have been a better option. But now we see Florida punting it away.
Yeah, the defense for London has come to play here against the Florida Storm. And the punt is away from Agrippa. It's going to be fielded by Zach, and he makes a couple moves, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Oh, excuse me, that's number 27 on the return. As it looks like Zach was getting some breather on the sidelines. And so we will see Angus McLean and what he can do in this possession. We saw what he did when he handed it off to Merrill. So, I mean, Merrill's been looking mighty shifty to start this game.
Yeah, he's got the moves, got some great power moves, spins, some stutter steps. He's got a little bit of everything right now, and he's not a bad person to hand it off to.
And here they go, empty set. McLean will fire this one out. Pass is going to be caught on the sidelines by Fox Highwind, and his first reception of his SFL career here in the scrimmage. And just like that, that's a pickup of 4.
Yeah, nice play right there to Highwind, just right to the straight out route. 4 yards, standard out route procedure, pretty much going all according to plan right there. Good, safe play to start out it. See what they do now on their 2nd and 6.
It has really seemed since McLean threw that early interception to Davidson that he's really taken it upon himself to not make some risky passes here. As McLean, as I say, not throwing risky, he throws off his back foot, but luckily it was completed. And making the spin move is Robert Merrill, and look at that, he is getting it close to the 1st down marker. It'd be inches short.
Yeah, that right there, spin move didn't exactly work out as he couldn't get any forward momentum going. 3rd and inches now. I think it's just a gut punch, maybe just a fullback dive right now. Try and pick up this 1st down.
McLean under center, Merrill in the backfield, bunch set, and they will toss it out, but it's going to be hit and stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Tanaleo was there, and then a whole host of Storm defenders came in behind him, and what a stop it was, and it was going to be 4th down and 4.
Yeah, that's a hard place to try and make a stretch play right there. so much time to work with for the defenders that if they get and break through, you're going nowhere. Instead, they have to punt it away from their own 30 or 20-ish. Wow, I can read yard markers. And it was just a hard play to make. Now it's just back and forth right now. Both defenses stepping up.
The punt is away. And it's going to be fielded by Como at the 30-yard line, trying to make some things happen. And he'll get it past the 35 to the 36. And we'll see Ron Cochran yet again and what this offense for the Storm can do. It seems like the big plays have happened through the air. Maybe they have to just decide to throw a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what Florida can do. It's been back and forth right now. Both defenses stepping up. See if Ron Cochran has some more arm in him or if they want to give J.W. Doyle another shot.
7:31 left to go in the first half. Cochran dropping back. He's going to be scrambling outside. He's going to be hitting, but he's going to take a shot as Zach Turner, the defensive tackle, getting in there and laying a boom on Ron Cochran.
It was an option A, the pass. It was an option B, the run. It was option C, the quarterback run. And it did not work out for them as they're knocked back 6 yards. And Florida has to shoot it from a very impossible hit.
2nd and 16. Cochran dropping back, taking a shot downfield, and it's going to be caught for a first down. Stephen Bush with another big grab.
Stephen Bush just staying a little bit barely inside, not going out for the farthest of out routes I've seen in a long while right there. And he managed to pick up the first down, so while it may have been shooting from the impossible hip, they make a clean shot.
First down and 10 on a real good throw from Cochran in double coverage a moment ago to Stephen Bush. And here goes Doyle trying to go up the middle, but he is going to be hit by Davidson and company. And also getting in there is Turner, and he will be hit for a loss of 2.
Yeah, the A and B slot both collapse at the same exact time, which when you're trying to do a run up the middle is the exact worst thing that can happen. And that just led to Doyle being knocked back 2 yards.
I give them credit. They're trying to get Doyle going like Merrill has for the Knights, but it just doesn't seem to be working right now. 2nd down and 12. Does Cochran have another big throw in him? Yes, he does, and that is Prime, as Optimus Prime with another reception, and that's enough for the first down.
Yeah, Klein just stretching out over the first down marker, and it was beautiful how he did it. You know, when you have to catch and you make it right before you hit that first down, you got to do everything in the world just to stretch.
First down and 10 for the Storm at the Knights 44-yard line. As Cochran is throwing that out wide. Pass is going to be caught on the play by Stephen Bush before he's going to be hit and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, compared to the out route that he caught earlier, that was nothing. A little bit of pressure on him, no difference. Made it nice, easy first 4-yard pickup. Now they're at 2nd and 6. Florida's moving, not moving the fastest right now, but they're making progress, and that's all that matters. Definitely going to burn down this clock.
Yeah, 5:32 left to go in this second quarter. Cochran under center, trips to the bottom of the formation. Cochran throwing this one out to Doyle, coming out of the backfield, tries to do a spin move, but he's going to be hit and stopped. But not before he picks up a gain of 3 on the play. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2 when we get back.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 right now. You know, that's great for Doyle if they actually want to trust him this time again. They trust him on a 3rd and 5, so I don't see why they wouldn't trust him on a 3rd and 2. This would be the place to let him run it.
3rd down and 2 from the London 35-yard line. Under 5 minutes left to go. Cochran taking the shotgun snap. Going to fire this one out. Jumping the route, but coming up short is Tanner Hendricks, but Optimus Prime with the reception. That's enough, again, to move the chains, and the drive is alive still for the Storm.
Yeah, that time they're just trying to subvert expectations, so they go decline to all the way at the bottom of your screen for a very short pickup, but that short pickup was enough for the first down. And watch out, they're at London's 31. They're making that progress.
Down 4 here, still in the second quarter, though. As Cochran taking the shotgun snap. There goes Doyle up the middle, but Turner yet again is there. This guy is just feasting on these run plays, and nothing is happening.
Yeah, as soon as they try to throw Doyle up the middle, there's just nothing he can do. Turner just throws him down onto the ground, and once again, he lost yardage. This time he lost 3 yards. It's 2nd and 13.
Under center, Cochran. Bunch to the bottom of the formation. Cochran dropping back 5 steps, and he's going to fire it wide open receiver. And that is Jeff Como, who beats his man off the line. And just like that, Jack Russell having to come over and make the tackle. But they are inside the red zone down to the 6.
Yeah, Como running a beautiful route out there. He pulled the post right there at the end, leaving him wide open. Cochran recognizing that and picking up a great yardage chunk. Now they're in the red zone at London 6.
Cochran barking out signals. He's got his fullback and his halfback to each side of him. He takes the shotgun snap, firing quick, and it's going to be caught by Optimus Klein yet again. And he will get closer this time. He's going to be out at, they're going to say, the goal line.
Oh, that's a rough place to be when you catch the ball. You know, you made a great catch. You barely stayed in, but you stayed in all the same, but they don't give you the touchdown. All they give you is the goal line. Well, if J.W. Doyle wants to make a difference in this game, now is a great moment to do it.
We'll see what Cochran decides to call here. Trips to the bottom of the formation. It's going to be a toss play out to the weak side, but it is not going to work. Doyle will be hit and dropped again for a loss here. And coming up and making the play is the linebacker for the London Knights, number 50, getting in there, Smith.
It's always a tough break when you got your hat count perfectly. You're going to run to the better side. And in the end, they still had someone break through and just drop you 4-5 yards right there. Now they're at 3rd and goal, but from the 5-yard line.
3rd down and goal from the 5. Cochran taking the short drop, firing it to Doyle coming out of the backfield, and he is not going to get there. As the defense coming up big yet again. Jeff Gagne, the rookie linebacker, coming up and making a big play and getting Doyle down before he can get to the goal line. It's going to be another field goal from Ethan Sneed.
Yeah, another one through the kicker. If he scores this, it will be 17-16 in London's favor still, but with only a 1-point deficit.
Another chip shot. This is an extra point attempt for Sneed, and it's through the uprights and good from 18 yards out. And so the Florida Storm pull within 1 is now 17-16. But again, this first half of action for the Storm have all been about getting stopped in the goal in the red zone. If they convert even one of those chances to 6 points, they are on top here.
And that's what it means to bend but not break. London's defense coming out huge when they hit the red zone and not letting Florida punch it in for that final moment.
And here goes Zach on the return. He'll bring it up to the 26-yard line. And we'll see Angus McLean with 2:15 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Florida really burnt the timer, though, on that one. They had primary control of the ball for a good portion of the second quarter right there. So now London has 2:15 to work with, which is a good chunk of time, but they're at their own 26. They got a lot of field to cover. See if there's another Merrill breakaway or they move downfield more methodically.
They're going to go halfback draw, but the defense is waiting for it. And just like that, they cannot get anything going. Dominguez was in there as well, and what a hit. And that's probably the first time in the second quarter that we've seen Merrill get stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And we've come to the 2-minute warning. And take a look at Max Claw on the sidelines here as London is on top 17-16 here in Queensway, live from London, England. It is nighttime here across the pond. As we have a good one, we got the Knights on top 17-16, but with 2 minutes left to go, we'll have to see what Liam Crowder decides to do. If he wants to take a couple shots here with 2 minutes left to go, he does have all 3 timeouts remaining. McLean will fire this one out. Pass is going to be caught on the sidelines. That is Kalia yet again. He has been used heavily here in the first half of action.
Yeah, Kalia really just making a good option whenever McLean doesn't know what to do. That time he's picking up the out route for about 7 yards, so he's made up the backfield tackle and then some. 3rd and 5, interesting place to be. Throwing quads out for it, see if they go for a longer pass or slant down the middle.
3rd down and 5 from their own 30. McLean dropping back. Oh, he shakes out of one tackle, but is not going to get out of the other. And he's going to be hit and sacked on the play by Raymond Jones III.
little bit of shake and bake, a little bit of pincer attack, a little bit of you got nowhere to go, McLean, because even though you got out of one, you're right into the arms of another. 4th and 13 now, London punting it away.
Everybody's going to start singing a little bit of Raymond Jones in my life. And here, 4th down and 13, the punt will be away from the London Knights, and back to return for the Storm will be Jeff Como. And they're going to let this one tick away under 2 seconds on the play clock. Oh, almost blocked. And the punt is away. Como will field it, and he's going to get close to midfield. He's going to be 1 yard short, but that means that Ron Cochran has some space and plenty of time with 3 timeouts left to work with 1:06 left.
Yeah, 3 timeouts could come up big at the end of this first half. As we're seeing, Ron Cochran, minute 6 worth. Like, that's a great starting field position for this late in the first half. There's a lot of things he can do. Let's see what they choose to do, though.
This is going to be the best starting field position that they've had on a punt. Remember that they did have beautiful field position when they had the interception from Davidson. And throwing it deep and batting it away is the defensive back, Jack Russell, as Cochran was taking a shot to Como, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, Jack Russell just battened that one down perfectly. He was right in front of the receiver's face. He wasn't trying to play the ball at all, really. He was just trying to make sure the player did not end up with that ball that far in. So now they're 2nd and 10 as Cochran has to retry.
From their own 49-yard line, 1:03 left to go. Cochran, shotgun formation. He's got Doyle to his left. Going to be a halfback draw. Doyle breaks out of the tackle and is able to get to London Knights territory, and they will take their first timeout on this 3rd and 8 upcoming.
Yeah, he really made something out of that draw play. He got kind of slammed as soon as the ball was handed off, but even though it happened after contact, still picking up 4 yards after he got hit-ish. So now a 3rd and 8, and that's an interesting place to be, though. They're on the other side of the field, but they got to make something with it.
The fans from Queensway, you can hear them in the background getting loud on this 3rd down and 8. Cochran firing across the middle. The pass will be caught, but it's going to go nowhere. That's Como with the reception. 4th down and 1, and they will burn their 2nd timeout. That's kind of puzzling.
I think they're going to go for it.
Oh, this will be a huge call here this early in the game. Second quarter, 52 seconds left to go, and you are right, Dan. They are going to go for it here on 4th down and 1.
No other reason to call that timeout unless they're trying to keep the ball, see what they do with 4th and 1.
Plenty of options here, but with 4 down linemen for the London Knights, it's going to be hard to run through them as Cochran will take the snap.
Have I still got you guys?
Yep.
I think it's glitched out. Hang on.
We apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen. Just a slight break. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
All right, folks, we're about to restart the game right here as we're having a bit of technical difficulties. And we're just going to count onwards from the 17-16 score we got going on.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
Okay, cool.
Florida had the ball first.
Yeah. So
We'll take
Heads it is.
We'll kick.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We are going to get this one kicked off here again with the score 17-16 in favor of the London Knights on top of the Florida Storm. And we're just going to count that as halftime, and here it's going to actually be the third quarter of action as the return is on from Dustin Zeck, and we'll see what happens here with Angus McLean to start the second half of action here. Dan, what do you expect? I mean, we've seen a whole sort of just action that we've seen from Robert Merrill and whatnot. Do you expect the same thing going here forward?
Oh, definitely. I definitely want to. I mean, Robert Merrill has been just putting out so much today. He's been having great runs, great breakaways, great moveset. If they don't throw more of him out, I'd be surprised.
4 down lineman for the Storm here on this first down play. McLean throwing it. Pass is going to be caught. And that is Fox Highwind with a beautiful catch in traffic as Hammer was in coverage. So a little bit of rookie-on-rookie action there.
Yeah, a little bit of a spicy play right there. Real dot to Highwind. Earlier we saw him out with a nice out route and then another nice out route. This time a slant down the middle for him, getting the rook some nice action and some deep coverage.
Bunch set to the top of the screen here from McLean. And he's going to throw this one. Pass is going to be caught. And who else but Kalia with the grab. And we've seen him make a couple of nice grabs in the first half. And here in the second half, he is doing it again.
Yeah, Kalia having a real nice connection with Angus McLean. You know, they know where the route's going to be run. They know the speed that's being run. They know the ball throw length is real good connection right now between the two of them.
First down and 10 inside the Storm territory. A little design halfback draw here up the middle, and it is not going to work as Merrill for a couple times today. Not much, but he's been hit, and he's going to be dropped for a loss on the play.
Yeah, with the draw, you have the delayed handoff, which just gives the line more time. So if you're not keeping that play moving and keeping it alive in the early stages, it will die and die quickly.
Second down and 14 now. So 4 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. McLean will drop back. He's going to fire this one underneath. Pass will be caught on the play for the first time today. That's Benji Matson with the grab.
Yeah, they make it to the tight end, rookie tight end coming over from the SFL minor league. Now 3rd and 11, a hard place to be. They're going to go for a deep pass. They want to keep this drive alive.
The score in favor of the London Knights on top of Florida Storm. And we are in the third quarter of action. It's going to be thrown. It's going to be intercepted. Going back the other way is the Florida Storm, and it's going to be all the way up to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful turnaround right there for London. You know, just picking off nice and early into the second half is what you want to do. A swap of momentum right there. Now Florida and Ron Cochran and company get the ball back and see what they can do with it.
What a great read from the Storm defender, able to bring it back as well on the return to the 44. As Cochran here in the shotgun formation, he takes this drop back. He's going to fire it to Doyle coming out of the backfield, breaking out of a tackle. And that's going to be a pickup of 8 on the play before he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, that time Doyle gets some speed on him on his side, goes straight to the outside, so there's plenty of room to work with while avoiding tackles, picking up 8 yards. It was an all-around great run.
2nd and 1.
Scarborough able to push Doyle out of bounds and make the tackle. Tuck it down in 2. Cochran, he's going to go to the same formation yet again. Takes the shotgun snap. This time he's going to pitch it out to Doyle coming out of the backfield. Able to get just past Joe Duncan, but it's going to be 3rd down in inches because Duncan was able to chase him down.
Hey, great rundown right there by Duncan. He didn't give up on the play. I really thought Doyle was going to get away and just be gone for a while at least until maybe a secondary can clean it up. Instead, they're a 3rd and inches. See what they have to do as they're pressured right at this 3rd down.
What will Cochran decide to do here? He takes the shotgun snap. He's going to take a shot deep on 3rd down and 1. Batted up in the air. It's going to be intercepted on the deflection by Tanner Hendricks. He's going to make a spin. He's still loose. He's going to bring the ball up to the 40-yard line. With great recognition from the London Knights corner. Able to bat the ball in the air. He spotted it and picked it up on just before it hit the turf and makes some moves with it as well.
I thought we were playing baseball here for a second, Jeff. That was a pop fly ball and a half. And Hendricks was just ready for it. Then, you know, back-to-back interceptions from each drive. See what London does now they have the ball back.
In the third quarter, both teams starting with the football threw an interception on them. And here Merrill getting something, trying to get something going, but he's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. This is something we haven't seen. Maybe Florida Storm getting a little knowing what to do here. Is Davidson getting in and getting the tackle for loss on Merrill.
Yeah, Merrill started to run the wrong way, so good for him that he was at least tackled quickly, or else that could have turned even worse. Now they're 2nd and 14. Let's see if London can get their momentum going again.
Second and 14 here from their own 35-yard line. McLean under center. Short drop back, a little pitch play. And there's a penalty on the play. It looked like that play was busted from the get-go.
I don't know what the design was right there.
Receiver, number 74.
Illegal touching. Illegal forward. Illegal touching out of the forward pass by the offensive lineman. And not a good play from McLean, the quarterback, as making the shovel pass, but it hit the offensive lineman, and so that's where the penalty comes in. It's going to be 2nd and 19.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you're throwing out weird play designs like that. You know, a shovel pass, if you're getting encroached on right there, is hard to pull off. And now they're at 2nd and 19.
From their own 30-yard line now, Angus McLean will be in the empty set shotgun formation. He takes the snap, dropping back, firing it deep, batted up in the air. I thought that was going to be intercepted again, but Andrew Francis was there in coverage, able to bat that one away. There was 2 receivers wide open for the London Knights as well on that route.
Yeah, it looked like the wide receiver, Kalia, actually went to try and stop the defender from picking up the interception, more so than trying to actually catch the ball, as another interception would just be a crazy tie change. Now we're at 3rd and 19 on London's own 30.
What will Liam Crowder call for this play? McLean will go under center. Split back formation. He drops back. He's going to take a shot deep, and it's going to be caught for a 1st down. Dustin Zach with the grab in front of the defender for the Florida Storm, and what a grab it was, moving the change on third down and 19.
Yeah, that was a third and impossible that they made possible. That was a huge run by Zach, just running his route quickly, getting in front of that ball, and McLean just recognizing that for a huge pass.
Rookie receivers and tight ends being used here. As there goes Merrill. He's loose, and he's going to pick up positive yards. He goes north this time, and it's going to be a pickup of 2.
2 yards on the play.
Yeah, Merrill actually, he was having a bit of a downturn in the third quarter. That time he does get some positive yardage, so maybe that can give him a good momentum change and hand him off the ball again so he can pick up some more yards.
Yeah, we all know in the first half what he did, Robert Merrill, and in the second half it's been a little bit of east and west instead of north. And there goes Merrill on the return yet again, and he will get out, and oh, there's an injury. That's Robert Merrill who was injured.
That's not what you